Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your body was a piece of rusted machinery that just refused to turn? Do you find yourself bracing for that first step out of bed, wondering if your knees or hips are going to cooperate today, or if they are going to send that familiar, sharp jolt of protest through your system? It is a frustrating and often lonely feeling, like your own frame is slowly becoming a cage that limits where you can go and what you can do. But what if I told you that the very thing most of us do to protect our joints, which is resting them and moving less to avoid the pain, is actually the hidden culprit making the stiffness worse? It might sound backwards, but there is one specific daily thing your arthritic joints are starving for, and it is not an expensive pill or a complicated surgery. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain on why traditional advice often fails us as we age and uncover the simple, life-changing habit that can act like a fresh coat of oil on those creaky hinges. We will also walk through 5 common daily habits that are secretly draining the strength from your legs and exactly what you can do instead to reclaim your mobility and your independence. By the time we reach the end of our time together today, you will have a clear, actionable plan to move with more ease and less fear, so you can get back to the activities and the people you love. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, if you are committed to staying active and independent as you grow older, I would love for you to join our growing community by subscribing to the channel and turning on those notifications. We focus on the kind of practical, senior-specific health insights that often get overlooked in a 5-minute doctor visit. Also, I am always so inspired to see how far our community reaches, so please take a moment to drop a comment below and let me know where you are watching from today. Whether you are in a sunny spot in Florida, a quiet town in the United Kingdom, or anywhere else in the world, it is wonderful to have you here with us. We are all in this journey of aging together, and your presence truly matters. Let us start by talking about the big secret that your joints wish you knew. When we have arthritis, our natural instinct is to guard the joint. We move carefully, we sit more, and we try to save our energy. It makes sense on the surface because movement can hurt. However, your joints are unique because unlike your muscles or your skin, the cartilage in your joints does not have its own blood supply. Think of your cartilage like a sponge. For a sponge to stay soft and functional, it needs to stay moist. If a sponge sits on a counter for a week without being used, it becomes hard, brittle, and prone to cracking. Your joints are exactly the same. The only way they get nutrients and the only way they get rid of inflammatory waste products is through a process called imbibition. This is just a fancy word for squeezing. When you move a joint through its full, gentle range of motion, you are literally squeezing the old fluid out and allowing fresh, nutrient-rich synovial fluid to soak back in. This synovial fluid is the one daily thing your joints truly need. It is the natural lubricant that reduces friction and feeds the cells that keep your cartilage alive. Without this daily lubrication, the fluid in your joints becomes thick and sticky, like cold honey, which is why you feel so stiff after sitting for a long time. The good news is that it is never too late to start thinning that honey out and turning it back into a smooth, protective oil. Moving on to the first thing we need to address in our daily routine, we have to look at the trap of excessive rest. I call this the rust factor. Imagine a gate hinge that has been left out in the rain. If you never swing that gate open, the rust settles in and eventually the hinge seizes up entirely. When we spend too many hours in a recliner or sitting at a table, our joint capsules actually begin to shorten and tighten. This creates a cycle where it hurts to move, so we move less, which makes the tissues even tighter, which then makes it hurt even more when we finally do try to stand up. The science behind this involves something called cytokines, which are inflammatory proteins that tend to pool in stagnant areas of the body. When you are sedentary, these inflammatory markers sit in your joint spaces like toxic puddles, slowly eating away at the healthy tissue. To combat this, you do not need to run a marathon. In fact, that might be too much stress. What you need is what I call movement snacks. Every hour, even if it is just for 2 minutes, I want you to gently move your joints. This could be sitting in your chair and slowly straightening and bending your legs, or doing gentle circles with your ankles. This simple act tells your body to circulate that synovial fluid we talked about. Many people find that after just a few days of these movement snacks, that heavy, leaden feeling in their legs starts to lift, as if they are finally getting the oxygen and energy they have been missing. Next on our list is a silent joint wreaker that might be sitting right in your pantry, and that is refined sugar. You might be wondering what a cookie or a piece of white bread has to do with your knees, but the connection is powerful and immediate. When we consume high amounts of refined sugar, our blood sugar spikes, leading to a process called glycation. This is where sugar molecules attach themselves to proteins in your body, creating harmful new molecules called advanced glycation end products. These are appropriately abbreviated as AGEs, because that is exactly what they do. They age your tissues prematurely. These molecules make your cartilage and tendons stiff and brittle, much like how a piece of flexible plastic becomes hard and breaks after being left in the sun. For a senior with arthritis, eating a high-sugar breakfast can lead to a noticeable increase in joint throbbing by lunchtime. It is like pouring fuel on a fire that is already burning. Instead of those sugary treats, I want you to try reaching for deep-colored berries like blueberries or raspberries. These fruits are packed with antioxidants that actually help neutralize that internal rust. Imagine the relief of waking up with joints that feel more like flexible rubber and less like dry wood, simply because you chose to lower the internal heat of inflammation. Now let us talk about something that might surprise you, which is the role of hydration in joint health. We often hear that we need to drink water for our kidneys or our skin, but your joints are actually about 80% water. When you are even slightly dehydrated, your body has to prioritize where that water goes, and your joints are usually the first to lose out. Think of a grape turning into a raisin. That is essentially what happens to the padding between your bones when you are not drinking enough fluids. Dehydrated cartilage is thinner and provides less cushioning, which leads to that bone-on-bone grinding sensation that can be so debilitating. A study published in a leading rheumatology journal showed that seniors who maintained optimal hydration levels reported significantly lower pain scores than those who were chronically dehydrated. This is because water helps maintain the volume of that synovial fluid, keeping the surfaces of your joints gliding smoothly rather than rubbing. If you find plain water boring, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber. Make it a habit to have a glass of water before every meal. It is such a simple, low-cost tweak, but it can make a world of difference in how your legs feel when you are walking down the stairs or heading out for a stroll in the park. Moving forward to our fourth point, we need to discuss the importance of healthy fats, specifically the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Most modern diets are heavily weighted toward omega-6 fats, which are found in processed vegetable oils like corn and soybean oil. While we need some of these, an excess of them acts as a chemical signal for your body to produce more inflammation. For someone over 60, this can manifest as persistent swelling in the ankles and a general feeling of puffiness in the hands. On the other hand, omega-3 fatty acids, which you find in things like walnuts, flax seeds, and fatty fish like salmon, act as natural anti-inflammatories. They are almost like a natural form of ibuprofen that you can eat. I remember a gentleman named Harold who struggled with severe stiffness in his hands and knees. He made a simple switch, replacing his midday potato chips with a handful of walnuts, and started eating sardines twice a week. Within a month, he told me that his morning stiffness, which used to last an hour, was down to just 10 minutes. He felt like he had been given a new set of hands. You can achieve this too by being mindful of the oils you use. Try try switching to extra virgin olive oil for your salads and cooking, as it contains a compound called oleocanthal, which has been shown to have a similar effect to anti-inflammatory medication in the body. If you are finding these insights helpful and you are starting to see how these small changes can add up to a big difference, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who might be struggling in silence with joint pain. And if you have not joined our community yet, hitting that subscribe button is a great way to ensure you keep getting these helpful tips. We are on a mission to help every senior live a life of strength and freedom, and we are so glad to have you with us for the journey. Our fifth point focuses on a specific nutrient that acts as the supervisor for your bone and joint health, and that is the combination of vitamin D and vitamin K2. We often think of vitamin D for our immune system, but it is also essential for the absorption of calcium. However, without vitamin K2, that calcium can end up in the wrong places, like your arteries or the soft tissues of your joints, rather than in your bones where it belongs. When calcium deposits build up in the joint capsule, it can lead to a gritty, sandy feeling during movement. Science tells us that vitamin K2 helps direct that calcium into the bone matrix, keeping your joints clear and your bones strong. This is vital for preventing the bone density loss that can make arthritic pain even more dangerous due to the risk of fractures. You can find vitamin D in sunshine and fortified foods, while K2 is often found in fermented foods or grass-fed dairy. Speaking with your healthcare provider about a supplement that combines these two can be a game changer for the long-term structural health of your legs. Imagine feeling a sense of solidity and strength in your frame, knowing that your bones are being nourished and your joints are staying clear of debris. Moving into our sixth area of focus, let's talk about the way we actually move our bodies when we are in pain. Often, when one joint hurts, we change our gait to compensate. If your right knee hurts, you might lean more on your left side. Over time, this creates an imbalance that can lead to hip and back pain, making the original problem feel much worse. This is why gentle, symmetrical movement is so important. One of the best things you can do for your legs is a practice called heel slides, or gentle seated leg lifts. By focusing on even, controlled movements, you are retraining your nervous system to move without fear. Pain often creates a protective guarding reflex, where your muscles stay permanently tensed up to protect the joint. This tension actually increases the pressure on the joint, creating more pain. By using slow, rhythmic breathing and gentle movement, you can signal to your brain that it is safe to let go of that tension. It is like telling a clenched fist to finally relax. You might notice that as you let go of that muscular guarding, the blood flow to your legs improves, your feet feel warmer, and that nagging ache begins to subside. Now, I want to touch on the emotional side of this journey because I know how heavy it can feel. There are days when the pain feels like it is winning, and you might feel like your best years of movement are behind you. But I want to remind you that your body has an incredible capacity to adapt and heal at any age. It is not about being perfect or doing everything at once. It is about those small, consistent choices. Every glass of water you drink, every sugary snack you skip, and every gentle leg circle you do is a vote for your future mobility. You are not just managing a condition, you are actively rebuilding the environment inside your body. Think about the freedom of being able to play with your grandchildren on the floor, or the joy of taking a walk through a park without having to scan for the nearest bench every 50 feet. That future is possible, and it starts with the one daily thing we discussed, giving your joints the rhythmic motion they need to stay lubricated and alive. To summarize what we have covered today, remember that your joints are not like tires that simply wear out. They are living tissues that can repair themselves when given the right conditions. Avoid the trap of total rest and instead embrace movement snacks to keep that synovial fluid flowing. Minimize refined sugars that cause internal rust and dehydration that turns your cartilage into raisins. Focus on the anti-inflammatory power of omega-3 fats and the structural support of vitamins D and K2. Most importantly, stay consistent with that one daily habit of gentle, full-range motion. It is the most powerful tool you have to keep your independence and keep moving forward with confidence. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a thought. Growing older is a privilege, and while it comes with its share of challenges, it also comes with the wisdom to make better choices for ourselves. You have spent a lifetime taking care of others, and now it is time to turn some of that care and attention inward. You are worth the effort it takes to stay healthy and strong. Do not let a diagnosis or a bit of stiffness tell you what you can and cannot do. You are the captain of your health, and with these smarter strategies, you can steer your life toward more comfort and more activity. I know it can be hard to start new habits, but remember that we are here to support you every step of the way. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these tips surprised you the most today? Was it the connection between sugar and joint pain, or perhaps the importance of synovial fluid lubrication? Also, I want to ask you to take a small step of commitment right now. If you are determined to stay strong and take charge of your joint health, type A1 in the comments below. If you are still feeling a bit skeptical or have more questions, type A0. I read every single comment, and I want to hear your thoughts and your stories. We are building a community where we can all learn from each other's experiences. If this video brought you value, please hit that like button to help others find this information. And if you have not already, subscribe to join us for more science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years. Your health and your independence are worth fighting for, and I am so honored to be a part of your wellness journey. Keep taking those small steps, keep moving those joints, and remember that every little bit counts toward a life of freedom and joy. I will see you in the next video, so stay strong and stay healthy.